So I've been thinking about not only how important it is to reclaim desire as sacred on our spiritual path, but to be willing to let your desires morph and shape and reconfigure as time goes on, right? So we're not just reclaiming the holiness of desire that's been so silenced and sidelined by the patriarchy, but we're also fluid in relationship to our desires. So it's not like you just say, fuck you, I love chocolate and you're not going to stop me because my desire is holy. I mean, that there's an element of that rebellious energy that's wonderful and needed. But it's also like, okay, I love chocolate today, but tomorrow I want roasted almonds with salt. I don't want chocolate anymore. I know that's a silly example, but let's start there. How do we stand in the truth of our sensual selves as sacred and be responsive to the realities of the moment? So here's a slightly less silly example. I'm thinking about my relationship to the holidays, the winter holidays, starting with Thanksgiving and going through the New Year. At least here in the US, that's a season that's kind of fraught. It's overly commercial. There's this emphasis not only on buying shit you don't need, but also on celebrating and making things merry and bright, right? So since my daughter died, and it's been 20-something years, I have been resisting the holiday spirit, all of the activities and the expectations and the drama of it all. And I've wanted to withdraw and separate myself from all of that. I've wanted to rebel against it. And I'm finding that that's shifting. So my desire to get away from it all is changing. And there is this element of joy that's starting to creep in where there was aversion for a long time. It's almost like the aversion became habitual. Mirabai is someone who doesn't like the holidays. Tiggers don't like acorns. And now, it probably is because we have a couple of adorable little grandchildren. Well, we have a lot of grandchildren, but the littlest ones are so into it. And I'm starting to get the vibe of Christmas joy again as a Jewish agnostic grieving mother. It's coming back. Because even, in my Jewish non-religious family, we did do Christmas, and it was special and magical. And I want that for my little ones, and they're feeling it, and they're looking to us for it, their grandparents, to carry that magic, to convey it. So it's sparking in my heart, and it's taking flame. And my desire to get away from all of that is now changing. And I have a desire to bake and to wrap presents and to make things magical and special for the little ones. So, my friends, reclaim your desires, sensual, spiritual, artistic, political. Claim them as not obstacles to spiritual awakening, but the portals to awakening. And be willing to tune in and allow them to be what they are at any given time, because it changes. If we're lucky, it all changes. And if we resist the change, that's when it hurts. We created a little 7-day self-paced experience on holy wanting. So if that sounds interesting to you, to do a kind of deeper dive into the sacred dimensions of desire, that is available to you in this season. And so I wish you whatever it is that you most want.